Because the scale is not your friend right now, you need to measure other things. How are your clothes fitting? How are you feeling when you're exercising? Do you feel better in yourself as a whole? Everything in this video I'm about to say is geared towards severely overweight people, as my advice for someone that's just slightly chubby would probably be a little bit different. But if you're someone that is fairly on the heavy side, the tips I'm about to tell you in this video should greatly help you. So tip number one, which is probably against what most people are going to tell you guys, is don't start tracking your calories instantly. Simply because if you are not familiar with ever tracking your calories and doing that process, it can become a little bit of an annoyance, and it may just force you or push you into quitting doing everything. So all the good habits you've started doing, you may just feel like, oh, I'm just doing too much, I just can't be asked. Instead, what I'd probably say is gradually reduce the portion size of the meals that you have and reduce the snacking. And in the event that you do feel kind of peckish in between meals, try and look into having more fruits, ideally more higher fiber fruits like apples, pears, kiwis, raspberries, things of that nature. You can still have your grapes and strawberries as well, but I wouldn't have those as the main focus. Try and go for the other ones. And if you eat junk food multiple times per week, try and cut it down. So if it's 3 or 4 times a week, try go down to 2 or 3. And then the next week, try cut it a little bit more. The best thing you can do in this realm is try and build a life that you don't hate straight away.
How can you put that filth into your body?
And then, and only then, if you manage to stick to this for say like a month or 2 months, then I would consider starting tracking your calories, because you've already started to build a habit and a lifestyle of you eating better. Tracking them then could be the nice next step. Next up, if you are worried about starting the gym or just attending the gym period, whether it's because you don't feel confident enough or in general you just don't want to go to the gym yet, which is probably pretty common for people in this realm, what I would suggest is doing micro workouts. And if you don't know what that is, it's just a fancy way of just doing little spurts of exercise throughout the day in your home for the most part, or just out and about. So that can be something as simple as, if you have stairs in your house or in your apartment, walk up and down the stairs for like 3 minutes and just see how you go. These are just simple bodyweight exercises you can do at home that aren't going to revolutionize your fitness level. However, if you're someone that's highly inactive, these are literally just you trying to get your body prepared for potentially exercising more often. So whether it's in the gym or if you do buy equipment at home and do a bit more of a proper workout at home, and as you do these more and you start seeing that you're managing to go up and down the stairs for longer, so it wasn't just 3 minutes, you can now do 4 minutes, you can now do 5 minutes. Those sort of things can probably build up your confidence to the point where you feel like, you know what, maybe I can go to the gym now, or maybe I'll actually go invest and buy some proper equipment and put it in my garage. Little things like this is what you want to move closer towards. Number 3, I don't really see people talking about this to the extent that I believe in it, but I would say focus on the small wins over the big wins. And I know that sounds probably the opposite of what you'd expect. So I'm saying, if you're someone that consistently loves drinking fizzy drinks, sodas, things like that, but you manage to get yourself to the point that when you're at the store, you say no to the fizzy drinks and you buy some cordial or squash and you just mix that with your water and you start having that more frequently, that is a great habit and a simple swap that you've done. It may not seem like a big deal, but making those little changes just shows that you are starting to change your mindset. So I'd really celebrate those small wins. Losing weight overall, obviously, is still a good goal that you can track. And if it happens, it happens. But I wouldn't be too hyper focused on weekly numbers all the time and then ignoring these little things that do add up that will contribute to those numbers going down in the future. So say if 1 week you weighed yourself and you have no weight loss, but you have actually made good changes within that week, you should still value those small wins because they do add up. And over the course of weeks, months, and years, they will pay off. This is a random, super fast one. I'm just going to get straight to the point. If you happen to follow any of those fat activists or fat liberation people on TikTok or Instagram,
I am 100% glorifying obesity, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I highly recommend you unfollowing them. It's all good having some sort of body positive people that you follow on social media, but if you're into that more extreme realm where they're saying that there's health at every size and all that sort of gibberish, I would unfollow them, because all that's going to do is lead you down the wrong path. There's many people on the comments of previous videos that have said that when they was in that kind of overweight realm, they found those groups and it made their health worse. So I would avoid those groups like the plague. Personally, if it was me, I would find a few people that are like in your sort of weight class, like your sort of realm, that are also on a weight loss journey. I feel like following those sort of accounts will keep you more motivated and inspire you more to keep going, even more so than people that probably are in shape. Because if you're someone really overweight now and you're watching someone really slim in shape do loads of exercises, you may feel like that's so far from you that, oh, of course they can do it, of course I can't. Whereas if you see someone around your size doing certain exercises, it may make you more confident and more willing to try it yourself. So I definitely seek them out. They are there on Instagram, YouTube. Just keep looking and you'll find your little community. Next up, I'm almost certain that people, regardless of if you're overweight or skinny, we all kind of do this. So if you're someone that is a hardcore driver, like you'll drive places that you know damn well you should be walking to. Because we all know people that may have a takeaway. It's like, I don't know, 3-4 minutes from the house, or a store in general. They'll use Uber Eats or some sort of delivery service when they could go get it themselves. You want to get away from that sort of mindset. It creates a very, very lazy society and it makes you out of shape. Like I had a client, and I'm pretty sure he said his barber is literally only 2 minutes around the corner, but he drives there, and he stopped doing that now because he realized how insane that is, that he would rather drive the 2 minutes rather than walk the 6 minutes. So little changes like that really do add up. So this one I'm going to say is in my opinion, probably the most important one that you will have to accept and understand, especially if you're someone that's very, very overweight. Like if you're watching this right now, you're on the obese scale. You're not just slightly chubby. You're not just slightly overweight. You are actually severely overweight. You need to accept the fact that the scale is not your friend. And I'm not saying that to be mean. What I'm saying is that because the scale is not your friend right now, I mean that the number's always probably not going to be what you would like for the foreseeable future. So you need to find other metrics that you should be tracking. How are your clothes fitting? How are you feeling when you're exercising? Do you feel better in yourself as a whole? Has your confidence increased? These things along with the scale, because the scale should also still be improving like over the course of, that's probably every 10 to 14 days ideally. But these other metrics as well will allow you to have other things. If the scale doesn't move, but any of these other ones are starting to improve, then that's a good thing. Obviously, another one you can also do is progress photos and using measuring tape, because those sometimes can pick up changes that you may not see in number form. Because technically, you could have lost weight, drank a bottle of water, or just not passed, stuff on the day you weigh yourself next, and the scale doesn't change, even though there are other areas where you probably have improved, but you just can't see it from the scale alone. So these are the areas that you should definitely focus on when starting out or when starting back, because I know many people, they fall off their journey and want to start back. This is a good standard beginning level to start at if you're overweight. Don't try to do too much. If you have a coach, make sure that he is somewhat considerate of your fitness level, because some people may just assign you something that's way beyond what you are capable of right now. You should be willing to push yourself, but you shouldn't be feeling like you're damn near gonna pass out. There's a difference between being coached and being beaten like a slave. But anyways, people, if you enjoyed this video, let me know. And if you want to see more videos and more tips on this sort of stuff, be sure to check out these videos here.